BA underscore of 67 said we back.
We back! Yeah, sorry about that. Now I gotta go to my YouTube and do the same thing. Alright, we're good. If you didn't get it or clip it, you won't have it. Alright, I'm not gonna say what it was, but we should be good now. All right. All right, let's go on to this next objective point, shall we?
This unit is currently unavailable for meeting list. Investigator.
Always account for standard deviation.
Something about that Alva doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
BA underscore of 67 said we good.
Yeah, we good, brother.
I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow vending has gone completely haywire. What else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort. Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested in what I have to offer. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet.
May deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
Ooh. Yeah. Hey, scraps. Like scrap. Anybody see me stealing this shit? Go down a little bit more. See what's on this. Yeah. Y'all will see all the shit that I steal up here, probably, right? There's nothing to steal over here. Except these beans. Oh. Yeah, baby, we got 5 on it. Let's see where that, see where this goes, shall we? Oh. Okay. It goes around the gas.
Ah, you're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Serenium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it. With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries. Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory. Ah, quite right. Anything else? I am greatly grateful you were helpful and effective. Farewell. This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past operations. Can't miss it. Unless you do. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display.
BA underscore of 67 said I gotta head to bed chap, it's 4 AM here. It was nice
Shit.
talking to you again.
All
Good
right.
night.
All right, buddy. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. It was good chatting with you, man. Try to hit me up again when it's not so early for you. Usually I get on about 9 p.m. EST here, so. But yeah, have a good night, man.
Endeavors add to the equation.
BA underscore of 67 said yeah, he'll try to come by more often, the time zone is just the thing holding me back, smiley face.
Nice.
May circumstances proceed toward intended result. May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Is this the lab that she was talking about? This can't be the lab. I was already in here.
Yeah.
Ice flashing before my eyes, Commander! Revive me!
If you got yourself killed, that's not my problem there, fella. Alright, so... not up here. For sure. Maybe it's over here. Yep. He was being evasive. Where the fuck is this thing in here? Must already gotten it, huh? I mean, there's nothing else in here, right? Right. Right.
Yes, I had my...
Okay.
Feel of stochastic uncertainty today.
Yeah, we got it. Let's go see if we can't get to this other objective now. I think we'll finish out this mission and then I gotta get something to eat. I'm starved.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
May all of your theories prove true.
That's actually really good since I'm using electric a lot. I'm not doing that yet. That's a whole nother. It's a whole nother thing. All right. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. You take forever. It was cool the first time we went down it. The second time, it should just put you down at the bottom.
We're still in lockdown, so I take it you haven't shot the traitor yet. Failed to see the point, but if you must...
Ooh, I want to steal that big cartridge.
May all your theories prove true.
Oh, hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
I bet.
More specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
I'm gonna Google this real quick, just so I know.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here? I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Her possible involvement notwithstanding, Constance Svoboda is an order proctor, and I cannot abide her cold-blooded murder. Especially by someone we clearly know so little about. You are far more capable than some back manufacturing button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains. Whatever is happening here, I'm not involved.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda. I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it.
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything. Before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
I don't know what you found, but any so-called evidence was likely laid there for someone to discover. By a party with years spent in hiding. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
Would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but pickers and choosers.
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors.
Okay.
The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. But in action, I fear, ill suits me. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Supposing that means no joyrides and no scratching the paint? I can manage that. Until later, Commander.
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this place. Not entirely surprised I had to abandon my cover identity earlier. Knew there was a risk if I took action, but when the attack on the outpost opportunity occurred, I had no choice. I do so hope you'll forgive my thoroughly convincing deception, dear. I'm not so sure Proctor Svoboda was capable of crashing cargo pods into additional Antes installations. Still glad I stopped it. Do you now? Let's hear it. Sometimes, with purpose. Don't you as well? Do you draw some moral distinction between avenging harm and nipping it in the bud beforehand? Between covert and overt means? When all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? Had a sense you felt that way. We'll see if situations force that to change. Some were proprietary. Often they involved forms of subtle persuasion, others more overt influence. Now and again, more direct means were required. Inquire away. I may even respond. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, there's really little you or anyone need to hear about. Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. Information free of context can be off-putting, confusing, dangerous even, if misjudged. I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. My role there, you may recall, was head intercessor. I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while.
Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low for a time, but observe. So I'd believed. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Pissar took office. To avoid undue attention, I remained in hiding. To put it mildly, after the incident in question, seeking refuge seemed prudent. Whatever's on your mind. Another crack like that, and you might just find out. Our department employed a variety of methods to obviate hindrances and threats to the Order's efforts. We were considered wardens of the grand plan, helping correct it when needed. All of us are part of the plan. We follow the path intended for us by the architect. We should, at least. Now and then, some push back against their path, but it never ends well. Corrections can take time, even delay in the solving of the equation. That's where we came in, to get things back on track in the timeliest of manners. May all our travails...
If x is the square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomials together, then the coefficient is...
Oh, may all our...
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. Well, regardless, I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
All right.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return? The Grand Plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can...
Welcome back. Any luck enlisting help? My supplies are running low.
Nobody cares.
My weekly prognostic report hinted at our past or pending interaction.
I have 301 of these. I need energy canisters.
Welcome back. Any luck? My supplies are...
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. You may
Nothing.
Yes. Well, if the Archivist said so, I suppose I can factor out a moment. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. Appreciate you, respect. Yes. Fair.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, new arrivals. Of an independent operative nature, one presumes. Did the abbot assign you to help? Yes. Unfortunately, you are the first to notice. Infrastructure requests from the displaced exceed present resource capacity. The mounting accumulation of prevailing desideratum is regrettably beyond us. Or beyond me, more to the point. I am simply one person impossibly stretched thin, and unable to attend to the needs of the displaced. Why, yes. And here I assumed I was speaking to a, no offense, layperson. Tell me, what do you know of the exclusion zone? Excuse me, but the intricate dance of the cosmos is anything but shady. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. We don't know, and therein lies the frustration. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, "An outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. We can't have the voice of the displaced sowing disorder. Will you help us? Will you be our outside mediator, as was foretold?" The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. Feel free to speak with the voice of the displaced herself if you aren't already acquainted. Any questions before you get started? Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an Order barricade. According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
Go.
Damage, Commander.
I can't even touch it.
Every scientician yearns to...
Initiate Carrington, audio log entry, 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally? I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
That's gotta be the N-ray range. I'm looking forward to having some words with this Victor.
Enemy about. Lock this up.
Fortificator at ready.
Trigger's still tired.
Oh.
I'm accustomed to this sort of sight when I leave a facility, not when I enter one.
We'll leave the mission off there. I'm gonna collect everything up here first.
Not getting in the front door. Always another way in, though.
We can hear those wriggling little grub fingers of yours. Bring them close so we can chop them off.
Can you just tell me what the answer is instead of sending me on a wild goose chase?
Remember the first video on the internet? 30 years of web on one platform. Check it out now.
What's up guys, Smith here solved the lever puzzle at the N-Ray range. This is to unlock this door, which you need to do in order to progress. I'm not sure if there's actually a solution to this in terms of the game telling you clues or not. I just did it by process of elimination. So in case anyone is struggling,
Nice job, Commander. Seems the power's been rerouted. We should look around.
these are the 3 switches you need to activate. This one, and this one. If you do any more than 3, they'll reset. So just do 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work. .36 cubed divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by, is it 30 or? Oh, hello.
Oh.
Best talk quick, Commander. Won't give any answers once that bullet's finished its work.
I was unaware that Victor, that is, Archivist Clemens, requested aid. Did he? I hope you're here to help regardless. That would be nice. Architect's mercy, thank you. It is so much easier to be polite when I needn't fear all of my bones sliding out of my body. Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. And not his normal agitation, mind you. This is something different. Much worse. He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost importance. Either he is still below, continuing said work, or he is quite dead. And with all those cultists gallivanting about, I don't fancy his odds. 3 days ago, the range was inundated with fiends. Cultists, I believe. I am unaware if they're immensely foolhardy or simply mad, but they've caused no shortage of destruction. I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient.
Nah.
You can attempt such, but if my current state is any indication, the cultists are unlikely to be sporting with you. Oh, there's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of phase when they haphazardly tampered with pressurized N-rays. It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We've an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. If I'm still alive in a week, I'll put in a suggestion to the presiding bishop that N-ray scanners be standard issue. The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals, and the N-ray is given off by all living beings. Visible or not, the cultists still give off N-rays. It was stored nearby, but with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near it. I appreciate your aid. I'm going to wait here and try to prevent my wounds from reopening. I appreciate your help. Dying me.
not, brethren. The eyes of the unworthy cannot behold our transcendent forms.
I appreciate your help. Dying.
Oh shit.
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Standing by to stupefy.
Ow.
The idea is to kill them before you die.
I didn't mean to kill that lady.
You cannot remain here. Complication after complication befalls this facility, and death stalks its halls. It was all well and good to end those cultists' suffering, but that was but the barest tip of the danger present in this facility. I implore you to depart. I have nothing to say. You're here to stop me. But if I'm stopped, the consequences will be exponential. Oh, I don't expect people like you or Augustine to understand. My work is humane and must be finished. All else is secondary. You must remove yourself from the range. I don't want your blood on my hands, but I will spill it if you force me. No, don't you understand? If my work is forestalled in any way, so many more will suffer. And I am already much too far behind.
StaticStemElf said at darkjasktopviewersstreamba.com.
Enact measures for self-defense in the wake of these cultists. They will serve just as effectively against you. I beg you, leave immediately. Remain, and you will assuredly suffer a violent demise.
It's a comm device, but I don't recognize the technology. Might be something these cultists use for encryption.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the Order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this. Victor, dead is but if we and the longer you but I
ascension with your distantness.
Scoping out a hop.
Let's get him over with! Fastest way forward is through!
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Clear. On the counter. Reckon it's the N-ray scanner that scientist was on about.
Cannot threaten what is welcome consideration.
Unfriendly nearby.
With one sword. Have this off in a minute.
You sure do go through ammo, don't you? Not to worry. We can always craft us more.
Operators estimate the system is 78% effective at...
Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
You, friend of friends, are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians. I hardly believe my eyes. I didn't think I would be leaving this room with all of my innards within. I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had it, I may have evaded being trapped here. Oh, I shouldn't have had to worry. Damn that Victor, and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. It's been an eventful day. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-ray canisters. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data, and now it's all consigned to oblivion. What a waste. There's no such thing as invisibility. The cultists are out of phase. Also, I strongly recommend against exposing yourself to processed N-rays. Most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't are experiencing accelerated organ liquefaction. But if you're not attached to the solid state of your organs, I suppose it might be nice to be less visible for a few hours. Although it requires further investigation and experimentation, out of phase refers to a shift in the dimensional presence of these cultists. They are physically here, but only partially, hence their unseen state. It's fascinating. But the outstanding fear for my life has made it difficult to think scientifically. Oh, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever wanted. I shall.
Damn. I kind of messed up by killing her. I don't know how to get past this door. Never mind. Wonderful.
We should keep moving, Commander. I'll see what I can do. How are you still upright over there?
My entreaties were never going to pierce your stubborn will. Not when we spoke before, not when you reached my traps. I should have guessed. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die! Because the Order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed, as much as I regret the need to do so. If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the Order shall find its way to truth. Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character.
That's true.
At the end of all things, my decisions were predestined. I am not at liberty to divulge the reasoning behind my actions. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you.
I beg to differ. I'd likely understand any analytical or theoretical justification you claim to have better than you do, scientician.
I heard tell of an Order operative recently being spotted in the field. A legendary figure who'd been absent for years. One who'd be eminently capable of understanding the difficult decisions that must be made for humankind's ascension. That's you, isn't it? The end point?
You are correct, Victor. I am the endpoint, and I am well equipped to understand your reasoning, should it be sound.
Very well, very well. I can spare words with you, explain my perspective. It won't prevent me from doing what I must. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. If what you say is true, then you have my tentative thanks. However, scientific certainty would absolutely have prevented that from happening. We would have predicted it. DeVries opened my eyes. The Order is on the path to absolute truth. And if they are not interrupted, this truth can be pursued. The one right path for humanity revealed to us. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle. And no one can be allowed to waltz in and hurl our plans into disarray. What? How do you not understand the present situation? What coward would strap an explosive device to himself? No, that's not all this. Helping DeVries, completing the work on my explosives is important. It matters. DeVries agrees. Augustine couldn't have done such a thing. She was on a secret mission at the time. I don't wish to believe you, but what you're saying has the ring of truth to it. I've been a fool going along with this farce. But it stops now. My relationship with Augustine is at an end. I found a way to, via the use of processed N-rays, send objects out of phase. It was inconsistent, but I was close to isolating the procedure. DeVries needed explosives for her plan. By making them unseen, the explosives could be placed as efficiently as possible. No one would be maimed or injured, just killed. Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. But somehow, I convinced myself that leaving no survivors was more humane. It's a shame I can't speak to a vicar. I appreciate your consideration. Things could have been very different had your cooler head not prevailed. Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot use any of it to further DeVries' aims, even if I wanted to. You've certainly convinced me I cannot remain here. May we meet again, when the paths of our lives are at greater apexes.
Where's his quarters? Oh shit.
Yeah.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Swear I can't lie low for 20 years without everything in the order falling apart. Well, suppose we better head to the monastery now, yes?
No shot.
I've got some thoughts about what happened with Victor, when you've the time. Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned DeVries to have. Someone with a little more grit. That man back there? Reckon a tough crossword puzzle would have eventually sent him over the edge, even if we hadn't come along. I'm glad we were able to show him a little grace. DeVries obviously manipulated him into acting against his conscience. You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric like Victor. Right? And that right there is why I run a count of all of our incendiary devices every night before lights out. It's just, I look at someone like Victor and see the trap I might have fallen into. True, but DeVries is still DeVries. She's good at deconstructing folks, uncovering their points of failure. She'd have known I had my heart set on being a hero.
Yeah, don't be a bitch.
All I wanted was to do for other colonies what Augustine had done for mine. Still do, if I'm honest. Maybe not. Past 10 years have more or less proven that out. Thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to what we were doing now. Unless there was something else you needed. It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Anti-Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out.
Oh, we're definitely bringing this back to the ship. Old thing could use a touch of melodrama.
believe Arcadia shall ever return to heaven? So many lives needlessly lost.
I'm just gonna say, I don't think I found his office, did I? Fuck it.
So many dead. Place is falling apart. If I found a way off this rock... Would you... No.
The meaning of life is unknown, and we are the keepers of the equation.
Grand Architect! Agent! Oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer, Seer Wily, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? Far from it. I celebrate Wily's gifts. I recognize he's a far superior scholar than I'll ever be. No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. The truth is, I held Wily back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. But I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant he is, never have been. If he'd advanced beyond his current role, my deficiencies would have been made manifest to all. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. If this De Vries is responsible, then I agree with your objective. But don't forget the innocents caught in the middle. They need your help too. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. No? How grand! Then we are already in alignment. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
If it's this bad down here, can't imagine what the situation's like upstairs.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! Someone just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked. Void it all. Hey, body. Roger always said he wanted his body donated to the Order if it helped advance the plan. But I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind.
Seer Wiley said he must have predicted I wouldn't fight back. I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
Kinetic beam cannon. I got 2 of those now.
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
Know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve and rehabilitate. It's concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order claim that all things happen for a reason. The wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst.
knows?
Now's not really the time for a chat. You need something? All right, but we...
Nice of Seer Wiley to leave us this night. Sorry. Rejuvenation device.
That device may be the deciding factor in whether you live or
Check out that junction box. Bet our N-ray scanner could be useful here.
Dwelling on the quotient of the moment is to risk missing the product.
All right, we could keep going. Let's save the game here. We're getting to some good parts, and we're getting to areas where I'm gonna have to search again. So until next time, we're gonna leave it there. Let's see who we're going to raid out to this evening. We'll go say hey to Dats /raid. Alright, raid has been created. I do want to thank everybody for coming by today. And until next time, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. Don't forget to make somebody smile, and I love y'all. And if you're over there on YouTube or on Twitch, hit that follow button or that subscribe button. Till next time, peace, baby.